Welcome to the Sweatuationship. Rajesha Ujasiri Wako.
January 12th, 2018 is when the Hyperhidrosis Initiative was formed. Remember, we started off as an initiative. It was Hyperhidrosis Initiative. And this is because of the need. For the longest time, I felt like I was alone. I was the only person with excessive sweating. 3 years later, there are so many Kenyans who are reaching out. The information is spreading. Even if we are at 5%, I appreciate the 5%. At the end of the day, slow progress is better than no progress. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Is the Ministry of Health aware about hyperhidrosis? Absolutely. Yes, they are. And what are they doing? What are they doing to help the hyperhidrosis family? You know the answer. My guess is as better or as good as yours. They are indeed aware. And according to them, it lacks public knowledge. This was way back in 2018. Will hyperhidrosis ever be recognized as a medical condition in Kenya? Will hyperhidrosis be given the manner of seriousness that it duly deserves? In Kenya, I don't know. With time, yes. With a lot of work on the advocacy, just like what we are doing with the my hyperhidrosis stories and collaborating and doing videos with international advocates and so on and so forth, then we're on the right track. But bear in mind, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Pardon the background noise. It's raining. It's very rainy outside. It's raining. Cats and dogs and wild beasts and all the other animals that rain. But yeah, this video is specifically for you guys because I've been getting these constant requests and suggestions, and why don't you work with the government? Why not collaborate with the government? Why not approach? There's someone who asked me to write to SportPesa and all this other organization. I mean, it sounds good on face value, but where's the need? Does hyperhidrosis align with what they're doing? SportPesa is all about betting, sports betting. How will SportPesa invest in hyperhidrosis awareness? I mean, unless they're touched by God. Unless that happens, which organizations can align with HAK? I'm looking at medical practitioners. I'm looking at the health sector. But you see, they also do have their own challenges. And they have other things, they have other NCDs and other diseases that they have prioritized. And the funniest thing is, with some of these diseases, including the four main NCDs, the cancers, the heart diseases, the diabetes, and the rest, hyperhidrosis can be a secondary cause to these NCDs. If you have cancer, you experience excessive sweating, which is secondary. Cancer is the cause of that excessive sweating. And this falls under secondary generalized hyperhidrosis. So you see the conversation still remains around tu hapo, bado tu tuko kwa hyperhidrosis. Na the mention of it, najua anytime unaongeaga na mtu na unamwambia hii condition inaitwa hyperhidrosis, the first thing on their mind is what is hyperhidrosis, because the term itself, hiyo jina inaweza medically, hiyo jina inaweza, because you know it hits you with a bang. That is if you don't know. But when now you start explaining what it's all about, the mention sweat, it doesn't matter all the other explanation, excessive sweating, central nervous system, sympathetic nervous system disorder, then the mention of the word sweat, it completely disapproves hyperhidrosis as a medical condition. You can talk about the nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, and how we are completely, or rather particularly sensitive to the SNS. It doesn't matter how much you explain, you've defined it as an excessive sweating. The word sweat to them, it's an issue. Our or rather our normal acclimated counterparts, to them sweat is normal. It's normal for them to sweat on the face, to have a small patch on their armpits, and that's it. They don't sweat on the face excessively, they don't sweat on their palms, they don't sweat on their feet, they don't sweat on their armpits excessively, they don't sweat on their chest, back, they don't sweat on their thighs, their groin, their bums. They don't experience a whole body sweat. To them, it's not an issue. But to you, you know what this sweat does to you.